Hi there everyone, thanks for coming back to my channel. I hope you're doing well, and in this video guys I've decided to compare Genesis mining versus a home mining rig, advantages and disadvantages. Now what I'm going to share with you here guys, it's my own personal experience, what I think are those advantages and disadvantages, and if any of you have some extra points to share with us, feel free to put it down in the comment section so we can all learn from the video and obviously from any comments that you guys want to input in. The reason I decided also to make this video is, as you may know, if you're following me, and I now have both the Genesis mining contract, which you can see on the screen here, and obviously the mining rigs, which are currently mining Ethereum. I have two rigs working, so therefore I think I've got I've got quite a bit of experience now, and I think why not share what I've learned so far, and hopefully this video will come very helpful to you, and maybe it'll make you possibly make some decisions in your personal investment. So let's begin. Now the first thing I'm going to talk is the disadvantages, and I'm going to talk for Genesis mining first. Now the one that clearly pops up almost immediately is Genesis mining guys is a company. So therefore, like any company, anything could happen. The company can go bankrupt, and if that was to happen, we're all going to lose our investments. The next thing I can think of is the Genesis mining can, for no apparent reasons, decide to put the prices up for their contracts. And again, this is out of our contract, and we have no choice but to pay the prices if we want to continue to reinvest. Next thing is, guys, is Genesis mining contract could get sold out. So even if you want to invest, let's say you see the price of something going up and you want to reinvest and get a bit more power so you can generate more profit, you won't be able to do it, because unless Genesis mining put those contracts on their site, we unfortunately can't do nothing about it but to wait until hopefully they put it back as soon as possible. So of course, to me, that person it is disadvantage. Because by now I wish I could have invested more, but I couldn't because they're not there in terms of my Litecoin and Dash contracts. And while I'm talking about this, obviously another disadvantage, guys, that Genesis mining, just like any other company, especially in their size, can their site can go down, their operation can go down, and this can of course have an effect on their customers, on on the fact that people can't use their sites. They don't get payments like we've experienced a couple of days ago. We had to wait for a few days. Obviously, at that time, you also don't want to possibly reinvest, and some people may feel like, oh, I had to wait for 3, 4, 5 days until I get my payments, until I'm sure everything is fine with Genesis mining. I don't feel kind of safe to reinvest unless I'm completely sure. So again, this to me it plays as a bit of a disadvantage. Another very important thing I think as well is that when you sign a contract with Genesis mining, and let's say we sign the Ethereum contract, this is a 2-year contract, and let's say you put a certain amount of money and you say that's all I want to invest, and your contract will be just for 2 years. Now when the 2 years run out, what will happen is your contract will just close, and that will be it, and you have nothing else left. However, if you do have the mining rig, after if let's say you're mining for 2 years, after the 2 years expire or finish, and you say to yourself, I don't want to mine anymore, at least you have the mining rig. Hopefully your parts are good enough so you can resell and you can still make some money back from your rig. So I think this is some of the disadvantages. I personally, I'm sure there's a few other that maybe some people can mention. Of course, another one is that Genesis mining can decide not to pay us for a certain amount of time, and of course, if that was to happen, we have no option but just to wait. We can't do. We pretty much can't do anything. Everything is in their hands, guys. As soon as we put our money into those contracts, well, in a way, whatever they say, this is what's going to happen. So if they say, it may sound a bit, but if they say jump, we pretty much have to say how high. And that's how I think it works, because obviously we've invested in their company, we've put our money, and now all we gotta do is hoping and praying that Genesis mining will do their part and obviously give us this what we paid for in return. Now, disadvantages for having a mining rig, guys, probably as follow. One, you don't have to. You have to, not you don't, but you have to buy parts. You have to look for parts. Most of the time we have to look for the cheapest parts, so you gotta do a bit of research. Sometimes you may have to order even from a different country. You may have to wait for a while. The parts may come and it may be faulty, so you have to, so it is a bit of a hustle, guys. Until you get all the parts, especially as of lately, because a lot of people are building mining rigs. Parts are running out. Parts are getting more expensive because some people are buying them and then reselling, let's say on eBay. So it's a bit obviously a hustle. Another thing is, another downfall obviously is building the actual rig. Now it's not pretty straightforward. Some people may think that you just get the frame, put the cards in, motherboards, put the cables, turn on the power, and that's it. Obviously you gotta install softwares, you have to set up the cards, you have to make sure everything is working correct, the cards are not failing, and so on and so on. So there is a bit of work when it comes to building the actual mining rig. You have to look after the rig afterwards. Once the rig is up, you again have to look. Sometimes let's say I'm mining with Claymore, the Claymore may freeze, my card may freeze, I may have to restart, and unless I'm looking after it, I may not realize it for days and I will not be mining. And this goes to, the rig may go down pretty much. So if the rig goes down, you gotta look after it so you can put it back up. Of course, once the rig is running, another thing could happen, of course, is the parts can break, unfortunately, and you have to swap them, fix them. Sometimes you may not be able to just as easy to swap them for new ones. You may have to fix them. You may have to wait for days, weeks, months, who knows. And the worst probably case scenario is if you bought a certain part from a different country and you're forced to send it back to this country. That will really, be a big hassle. And the next one is, of course, you're paying electric bill. You gotta, let's say if you want to mine and hold, you then have to then make money working probably something else or making them another way so you can pay the electric bill. And of course this could be for some people definitely a downfall. So this, I think, is the disadvantage for Genesis mining and for mining rigs. Again, if there's anything else, feel free to share it with us. Now the benefits, guys, let's look first again the Genesis mining, and then we're going to look at the mining rig. So with Genesis mining, the benefits, guys, is a pretty straightforward thing. You sign up very easy, you set up your account, you put your wallets in, and you start buying your contracts, whatever you feel like, as long as it's available. The next benefit, of course, is you can invest big or you can invest small. If you feel like you can spend $100, if you feel like you spend $500, or if you feel like you spend $1,000. Another thing, very easy, of course, is to allocate your power. If you want to mine today Dash, if you have a Litecoin contract, you can just easily allocate it to Dash or vice versa. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. All done by the click of a button. Very easy to do. Of course, another benefit is you don't have to look after it. Once it's there, Genesis Mining does the looking after it, and all you gotta do is just check out, go in, check how things are going, check your payouts, check your wallet, and that's pretty much it. But you don't have to do anything else. Genesis Mining does all the hard work. Another benefit, of course, is that you don't have to worry, because I do hear this from some people, and this is why they don't want to build a mining rig, is that they are worried if they go away, what happens if the rig's caught fire and all this. I mean, I haven't read a story yet of that happening, and I don't know, it may happen. And of course, if the rigs break down and no one is there to attend it, and you are away on a holiday for a week, 2 weeks, or whatever, you are left with no mining. Now, this won't happen with Genesis Mining. So, of course, this is a very, very good benefit with Genesis Mining. Another great benefit, guys, with Genesis Mining personally is that we all know about the affiliate program, so we can support each other, just like we are doing so, up to now. If you use my code, I'm very grateful for that, and then I can use your code back in return, so we can support each other and help each other to grow and make more profits. And while I'm talking about that, if you do want to support me with Genesis Mining and you want to upgrade your contract, You can find my code, guys, in the description section or in the comment section of this video, and please put your code in the comment section as well so I can return the favor. So this, I'd say, are some of the benefits of Genesis mining. Definitely one of the best benefits is the fact that you don't build any rigs, you don't pay any, you don't have to deal with any cost or anything, you don't have to deal with broken parts, you don't have to return parts. You can be anywhere around the world, the mining is going on for you, you don't have to do anything. And of course you can invest in small, right? You can invest but $30, 50, 60, 100 and so on, whereby you won't be able to do that with mining. Although yeah, you can buy one card and second card and third card, but still Genesis mining is much easier. If there's any other benefits, please feel free again to share it. This, I think, is one of the most important ones, and especially for some people is definitely a very important benefit, the fact that they don't have machines running in their house. You know, the house getting too warm, they're worried they may catch a fire, especially if they're away. And of course, if it does freezes or suddenly for some reason stop mining and you are away and no one is there to attend it, you may lose valuable days, like weeks, months, because some people may go away for a month. So this is definitely a very good advantage of Genesis mining. Now let's look at the mining rig. Now of course the first thing you thinking about is that possibly having a mining rig, at least you have the machine, you do whatever you want, you control it. If you want it to work, you set it working. If you want it to stop, you set it to stop. You can also switch from, let's say, Ethereum. You can also switch to mine something else. As I said earlier on, as well as if, let's say, at a certain point you decide you want to stop mining, or you decide you want to, buy something else, you can easily, obviously, save your parts as long as they're good, and you still have something. Where with Genesis mining, once it's done, it's done. Here, guys, if you are finished with it, let's say for some reason you have the actual rig, you can possibly sell the actual rig, or you can possibly sell the parts separately and still make some good money in return. Another good thing with the mining rig is a lot of people say it is much more profitable, probably. And what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to do another video, guys, where I'm going to compare the return of investment for Genesis mining and the mining rig, and we'll look into that. And this is some of the benefits really to have a mining rig. Of course, maybe one more thing is that again, you have the physical the physical mining rig, so you can do quite a lot of things with it. Another actual thing, actually, some people do, guys, is they build mining rigs and then themselves are selling power to other people. So for instance, if you have 4, 5, 6 mining rigs, you can sell mega hashes of power to other your friends or people, and you can charge them and you can mine for yourself, and obviously you can sell and make some money out of that as well. Well, there you have it, guys. This is what I really wanted to share in this video. Hopefully it's interesting to you, you find it also useful, and if you do have anything to any input that you think you can put in, feel free to do so in the comment section, because I'm more than happy to learn from you guys as well. I'm not saying I know everything, but this is why I make these videos, so you can learn something from me, and in return I can possibly learn something back from you as well. Well, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, if you want to support me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. If you are thinking of upgrading, feel free to use my code. Once again, I always return the favor, use your code back. And yeah, if you are thinking of building a mining rig, why not? I always say never put all your eggs in one basket, and I think there's nothing wrong with having, if you want to obviously do a bit of hard work, because it's not as easy as it looks like, to build yourself a mining rig, look after it. I think it's definitely a good option to have both. There's nothing wrong with that. But then again, if you feel like, nah, mining rig is not for me, I don't want to worry, I don't want to be fixing it, or I'm not good with computers, I can't do this, Genesis mining, guys, I think it's a great alternative. There are, as we saw, some downfalls, but there are obviously some very, very good benefits from it, from having an account with them. And I must say, guys, um, it is profitable. Some people say it's not, but I personally think it is profitable, and especially if you are holding in a long run, I think if when the prices rise, you could be making some good profits out of your contract. And once you invest the money, the good thing here is that you don't have to take money out so you can pay your power cost, because some people, when they get some money, they cash out so they can at least cover the power cost, but here you don't have that cost. Once you put in, that's it, you have no more cost, and all you do is getting profits, and you don't worry absolutely about anything else. But then again, guys, I like the mining rig as well. I think it's also a very good option. And as you can see, I'm currently mining at 300 mega hashes, which I'm very happy. You may know that I'm having a slight difficulty with one of the cards. It keeps freezing for me. I'm trying my best. I think we may have finally found the problem. And this is, of course, one downfall, that the cards can freeze and all this, and you gotta work it out. And sometimes it's not mining for you. You gotta look after it. You gotta try to fix it. I told you the risers guy, I got a new risers. We exchanged the riser. It wasn't, again, it was freezing. We now put it back to original settings, and hopefully this will fix the problem, and then we look to, obviously, again, if need, overclocking and start making a bit more than what we're hashing right now. So very, very interesting having both, but if you don't want both and if you want just one of them, I still think they're good and bad things for having either of them. My honest opinion is, if you can and if you want to deal with it, probably it's best to have both, because it's good to have options in life, and there's nothing wrong to have an account with Genesis Mining and having a mining rig. If this is for you guys, feel free to do it. I think at the end, long term, we will be very, very happy. Well, thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Bye bye for now.